Hi cruise friends, this is Prof Cruise here on the beautiful Norwegian Encore on my way to Alaska. I wanted to give you a quick tour of my cabin. This is cabin 12708. It's a standard balcony cabin. It's on the starboard side all the way at the front of the ship. I'll show you in a minute the balcony and you can see the bridge right above me, so I'm all the way at the front. I want to walk you through some of the unique features of this cabin. I'm going to start right up at the door. So this is where you enter the cabin, and you'll note that you do need a card in here in order for the lights to operate. So just make sure that you have a card in there. I usually leave one in, just making sure that I turn out the lights when I go. That way when I come back I can just flip the lights right on and I don't have to look for a card. You'll also notice this nice feature again right near the door. If you're ready for your room to be made up, you can click on this one. If you'd rather not be disturbed by your steward, you can click on this one, and it will activate little lights outside the door that your cabin steward can see. So that's a very nice feature. I also want to point out these handy hooks near the door. You'll note in a moment that this cabin is light on storage space. So I'm sharing this cabin with my mom, so we have made full use of all the additional little places that you can hang things, and this is one of them. Next, I want to step into the restroom, but before I do that, I just want to point out the thermostat. This can be adjusted to your liking. I tend to like it really cool at night while I sleep, and then since we're in Alaska where it's chilly during the day, I crank it up and keep it nice and warm in here. So stepping into the bathroom, again, there are some hooks on the door for your towels or other items. And coming right in here, one of the things I like most about this bathroom is the glass shower enclosure. On a lot of cruise ships, these are cloth and they can get really wet and kind of gross. So I really like this glass one, and it's a pretty spacious shower. You'll notice that I have some clothing items hanging in here. I went to the gym this morning, my clothes got all sweaty, so I rinsed them out and I hung them on this handy little line that goes across the shower. But I'm going to pull this back so you can see the nice shower head. You can pull this off or move it, adjust it to your height. So there's shampoo, conditioner combination here, and then some body wash. The quality of these products is not great, so if that's something that is important to you, you may want to consider bringing your own. So here's some storage. You'll see that we've unpacked. We have our items sitting out here. Some additional shelving below to store your items. Hi. There are 4 glasses, and then some hand soap. There are tissues, and then this door also opens for some additional storage space and a trash can. All right, so let's proceed out of the restroom back into the main area. So I want to go ahead and show you the main area for storage. So this is a fairly small closet. It's much smaller than what I had on my last cruise on the Carnival Miracle. I was lucky to have a lot of storage on that ship. This one is significantly less, but it still does the trick where there's 2 of us in this room and we've been able to find a spot for all of our items. So this is shelving. You'll notice the safe, it's kind of hidden under all my winter stuff, but there's the safe. And then over here you have area for hanging items. So we have all of our clothes hanging in here. And then there's also a shelf up top. That's where I am storing my big coats. Again, since we're in Alaska and we're doing some scenic cruising days, it gets pretty cold. So I brought a giant coat and also a raincoat. And then down below we have all of our shoes stored. So let's go over to the bed area. So there are a couple of nice features I want to point out here that I was really pleased to see on this ship. First of all is this handy reading light. Since I'm sharing the stateroom with my mom, she likes to stay up a little bit later than I do reading, so that's really nice. There's a little switch on the side here that, whoops, wrong one, that turns this on. And it's a nice soft light at night, just enough to read with without disturbing the other person. And then there's also a brighter light up here that you can use. And then one of my favorite features is this charging port here. So I can plug in my phone at night and keep that charging, and also have it next to me so I can check the time. So that's been really handy. Right now I'm using it to charge up my little portable fan, which I always bring on cruises. It's one of my cruising essentials. I like the sound at night, and then I also use it in the gym to stay cool. There's some additional storage down here, and there's one of these on both sides of the bed. Here's our bedding area. We did have our steward split the beds. Since I'm traveling with my mom, we wanted to have separate beds, so he was kind enough to do that for us. And then over here you have a couch that can also be turned into another bed. If you're sailing in this room with 3 people, or 2 adults and a couple of kids could probably sleep on there. Let me take you around and show you the televisions. This is a nice flat screen TV with some literature stored below. And then there's some additional storage space down here. So some little shelves, some more little shelves here. And then we have the desk area. I just wanted to point out that when we arrived in our room, there were some items already here for us, which I was happy to see. So we have our excursion tickets, which were here in our room when we first entered. And then also, I'm a Latitudes member. I'm a Platinum member on NCL. So all of my Latitudes information and my coupons for my free dinners and laundry were already here waiting for me. And then I also had purchased an internet plan. So the information about the internet plan that I had purchased was also here, which was handy. So nice desk area, telephone. Another really nice feature are these 3 outlets. On the last cruise on the Carnival Miracle, I only had 1 outlet in the whole room, which was very inconvenient for charging all of the many devices I bring on my cruises. So it's really nice that we have 3 here. My champagne was also waiting for me, and I also received some lovely chocolate-covered strawberries for being a Platinum member, and those were also in the room when I arrived. I know I've read from some other people on this ship prior to me that they never received their strawberries, so I just want to mention that I did receive mine. They were in the room upon boarding. And then over here we have coffee maker, and there's both regular and decaf coffee provided. If you run out, you can ask your steward to provide more, and they will be happy to do that. And then some mugs, some glasses, anything that you would need for your coffee, and then a bottle of water. Down below here we have this nice little extra seating area. You can also pull this top part off and use it as a tray, which is kind of handy if you want to have some breakfast in bed, which I sometimes like to do on a cruise. I also want to point out the hair dryer is down below the desk. It took me a long time to find this, so when I do this kind of thing, people like to joke because prior to being a professional cruiser, I actually was a college professor, and my students called me doctor. So anytime I do something really stupid or ridiculous, like spend 20 minutes looking for the hairdryer, my mom said, "Doctor, it's right under the desk." So here it is if you're looking for it. The trash can is also here. And then in this area is your mini fridge. And it comes stocked with a couple of waters that, of course, you do need to pay extra for. Those are $6 each. But there's a little bit of storage here if you want to put a couple of drinks in here. And now I want to take you out and show you my balcony. So I'll show you kind of from the inside first. So it's a pretty nice size. There are 2 chairs, they both recline, and then a little table. So let's go out and take a closer look. So here we are on the balcony. I just want to point out that we are directly underneath the bridge in this cabin. So I'm looking up right at the bridge. It overhangs us, which is nice because it provides a little bit of shelter, especially because we're sailing to Alaska. It can be rainy some days, and so it provides a little additional shelter from the rain and then also from the sun on those really sunny days. All right. So this cabin's working really well for us so far. It's small, there's not a ton of storage, but it's really accommodated our needs very well. All right, see you all soon.